Tonight on Cronkite News, an arrest, an ejection, and injury. Not exactly your average Suns game.
Plus, a familiar face has returned to the GCU men's basketball team, taking on a new role this time around.
And hundreds of dogs are filling up shelters. What organizations are doing to help find these pets their forever homes. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Lauren Avenatti.
And I'm Jonah Krell. Thank you for joining us.
The Phoenix Suns are heading into the All-Star break with a 2-game win streak under their belt.
Yeah, the Suns beat former head coach Monty Williams and the Detroit Pistons 116-110 last night. While the Suns were victorious, there was some controversy. Ben Yates joins us now for more on last night's mayhem.
Yeah, guys, there was a punch thrown, an arrest made, and an ejection of a star player. Before the game even started, the Pistons' Isaiah Stewart and the Suns' Drew Eubanks got into an altercation in the parking lot, which made its way into the tunnel. Stewart punched Eubanks in the mouth. Phoenix police arrested Stewart, issued him a citation, and then released him. That wasn't the only big news of the night. Devin Booker was ejected after receiving 2 technical fouls in the first quarter. Booker got the first tee for arguing with an official about a foul that was called against him, and then got a second technical for allegedly making disparaging remarks about the referee. The Suns disagree with what happened, calling the ejection unwarranted.
Just freaking ridiculous. Total BS. To take a star player out of the game. I've seen worse than what he did on a nightly basis. I've seen it before. I see it every night. So unprecedented. Those are good officials that were on the game tonight, but that was certainly uncalled for and BS.
Because Booker got ejected so early, fans were upset and wanted their money back. As for the pregame fight, Kevin Durant said afterwards the NBA is a brotherhood and players shouldn't be fighting, but sometimes things happen. And all of this overshadowing the fact that the Suns actually won that game.
Yeah, and how about Monty Williams? You got to feel for him, not the homecoming he was hoping for, right?
Sounds like a good time for the All-Star break.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks, Ben. The Sun Devils had a dominating win against Oregon State last night, playing stout defense and building off the Utah game offensively, shooting over 50%. The team has a super important stretch ahead for postseason positioning. It has been runs of ups and downs for the Sun Devils this season. The team has struggled finding consistency offensively, but we have seen growing momentum after commanding wins against Utah and Oregon State. Bobby Hurley believes that the team still needs to lead with defense and urgency to finish strongly.
I think it comes down to just, our intentions, and are we thinking about the right things? Our defense helping our offense? Are we active? When we're playing with that type of desperation, then we have a chance.
Selection Sunday, March Madness, a little over a month away. The 22-2 Grand Canyon University men's basketball team is off to a historic start to its season with just 7 games remaining. Cronkite Sports reporter Rishi Oza joins us in the newsroom to tell us what makes this GCU team so different.
Even though the Lopes are comfortably sitting atop the Western Athletic Conference, they're still adding on finishing pieces to the team. They have one goal in mind this season, and that's to make it to the big dance.
Those of you who watch GCU men's basketball may recognize a familiar face on the sidelines for the rest of the season. Asbjorn Midtgaard, one of the key cogs of the Lopes' first ever NCAA tournament team in 2021, has returned to the team in a graduate assistant role on the coaching staff.
I love it here. The coaches, they were so welcoming and helping me out in this way. It's such a blessing, and thank you to them so much.
As a graduate assistant, according to NCAA rules, Midtgaard is not allowed to engage in skill instruction, so his role in the staff is different than the other coaches.
Hopefully I can get to a point where I can just go up and we talk about it, and they feel comfortable asking me questions about different things, maybe pro-life, maybe just how it is playing for Coach Drew, which I also did. And so hopefully I can just help out any way I can, really.
Head coach Bryce Drew and Midtgaard both arrived at GCU in 2020. Drew was previously the head coach at Vanderbilt, while Midtgaard played 3 seasons at Wichita State. Drew had high praise for Midtgaard coming onto his staff.
Just experience of being there for support. Our coaches do a great job, with them, but sometimes a former player comes back and he's younger, someone they can kind of just talk it up with. And, Ash knows the game really well and has a really good feel.
Midgard started the 2023-24 season playing overseas in Europe, but a knee injury ended his season and led him back to GCU. The new assistant is still in the midst of his playing career, so the transition from player to coach has not been an easy one to make.
It's hard to flip that script, you know, especially when I watch a game, and I've talked to some of the coaches here, and they're all super helpful and really accommodating. But they keep saying that it's hard to flip it to have a coach's mind when you watch film instead of a player's mind. Obviously, there's still the tendencies to, I want to go on the court and do it. Now I got to figure out a way to go off the court and show it.
GCU is off to a scorching start this season, currently leading the Western Athletic Conference with hopes of making it to its second consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. With Midgard on the sidelines providing guidance both on and off the court, the sky's the limit for this Lopes team.
GCU hasn't made the NCAA tournament in consecutive years since the Lopes became a Division I program back in 2013, and that is exactly what Midgard and Drew are aiming for to close out this season. In the newsroom, I'm Rishi Oza.
With spring training underway, we're seeing some familiar faces return to the Valley, including the Royals' right-handed pitcher, Alec Marsh.
Yeah, the Sun Devil alum is just 8 months removed from his MLB debut back in June of last year. Now, Marsh is looking to settle into spring training and find his stride ahead of his first full season at the major league level. The former ASU pitcher was drafted in the second round in 2019. While here at spring training, he hopes to catch up with some former coaches and teammates, including former head coach Tracy Smith. Marsh says he's still friends with a lot of the old Sun Devil players.
Yeah, it was a super tight-knit group. You know, me and Spencer Torkelson are really close. Guys like Carter Aldrete, Miles Denson, Sam Ferry, the whole group. We get together, we do Super Bowl parties together, we do all that kind of good stuff, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're all really close.
Dodgers fans travel to Camelback Ranch to get a first look at their new acquisitions. We take a look at what they expect out of their team this year. The last 2 years, the Dodgers have completely fallen short of expectations. Having been eliminated in the first round by San Diego in 2022 and last postseason by the D-backs, the Dodgers went all out in this postseason and signed 2 of the most sought-out free agents. Now fans are ready for the season to begin, and as they put it, it's World Series or bust.
I believe the Dodgers need to win the World Series in 2024. I know everybody says they'll do it in 2025, not 2024, but I'm like, we have shored up all the answers to, or all the questions. We have answered all the questions to last year's postseason. We added pitching depth, we added offense, so I'm really hoping we win the World Series.
I think they're great moves, bringing in the AL MVP, Shohei Ohtani. I think that's an awesome move to line him up and stack him up with Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, those other guys in the lineup. I think it's going to be huge. I hope it's going to help us get over the hump this year and bring that World Series home.
The Dodgers' road to the World Series starts during spring training, where they hope to build a foundation that will carry them into the Fall Classic.
Coming up next for all you sneakerheads, a long-anticipated release is soon to hit the shelves, making Devin Booker the 4 Suns player to have his own signature shoe. Find out how he paid tribute to the communities he's been a part of with the addition of a unique detail on the footwear.
Plus, we got past a rainy weekend. After the break, we take a look at what you can expect this weekend.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage.
Against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news.
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue.
And entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
This is CN2Go, I'm Emily Olson with your Wednesday news briefing.
Do you want to create innovative content for Cronkite News? Do you enjoy listening to podcasts? Then CN To Go is for you. Cronkite News To Go is a podcast where students cover the latest headlines. Students become audio producers and hosts and will learn how to write, record, and edit stories. You can listen to the latest episodes on these platforms.
Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience.
Pales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
And develop your skills with the latest technology.
While the Coyotes fell short of a win against the Wild last night, the team made some changes to their front office.
Yeah, Jonah. Coyotes general manager Bill Armstrong announced that the club has signed David Ludwig to a contract extension and promoted him to assistant general manager. He joined the team back in 2020 as director of hockey operations and salary cap compliance.
I'm just excited to be here for a few more years and take this next step on the journey. And it's been a great ride so far. We've obviously gone through a bit of a rebuild here, and we're hopefully getting on the other side of it here pretty soon. And it's just exciting times ahead. So.
Ludwig's new role will consist of assisting Armstrong in all aspects of running the club's personnel and hockey operations.
And more exciting news for Suns player Devin Booker. He will have his first signature shoe release this Saturday, February 17th.
Cronkite sports reporter Sto Zafiropoulos explored how the Book Ones put a unique twist on what is considered a performance shoe.
When you think of impactful basketball shoes in the Valley, Charles Barkley comes to mind. But after Saturday, a new chapter in the Book of Suns signature shoes hits the shelves with the release of Devin Booker's Book Ones.
I just want people to rock them. That's what it comes down to. I can have all these thoughts and plans in my head, but until you get a feel from, the real streets, the real culture, and, see how, it just feeds into the culture and how people want to rock with it.
Booker's been sporting the kicks since August, but now for the first time, Arizonans can too. Some stores are offering the shoes on a raffle system as they expect to sell out. But don't worry, window shopping at your local sneaker store is always free.
Obviously, the entire Valley is so excited about it, and we're excited to be able to have the first launch of the Chapter Ones, and can't wait to see what this does for the Valley and the sneaker industry.
The primary impact of the Book Ones stems from the fact that you may see them on more than just the basketball court.
I look at this shoe as not just a basketball shoe. I look at it as a everyday shoe, a lifestyle shoe, right? I feel like I can wear these with the outfit I got on.
And you can wear it with sweats, you can wear it with jeans, you can wear it to hoop in. It's pretty versatile.
Booker adding a small detail on the insole of the Book One.
He has Grand Rapids area code, Moss Point area code, and then this Phoenix, Arizona area code. So it goes 001 for his jersey, 616, 228, and then 602, which I think is just shows how much he cares about the community here and his community, from where he started to where he's at now.
With the Book One releasing on Saturday, Booker is just the fourth Sun to have his own signature shoe, making him the first homegrown Suns player to achieve this accomplishment. In Phoenix, Sto Zafiropoulos, Cronkite News.
Looking at these clear skies, now might just be the perfect time to step outside and shop for some new shoes.
That's right, Jonah. It looks like the sun was out earlier today. Adriana Gonzalez-Chavez is in the Weather Center with us now to tell us what we can expect the rest of the weekend.
Good evening, everyone. We're sitting about 66 degrees right now, dipping down to 61 degrees by tonight by 10 p.m., and the clouds will start to move in. Looking at our low temperatures across the state for tomorrow, Phoenix dipping down to 51 degrees for tomorrow. Cold temperatures up north, Flagstaff dipping down to 19 degrees, and then Grand Canyon dipping down to 21 degrees for tomorrow. And then looking at our high temperatures, really nice weather here in Phoenix. Phoenix hitting a high of 75 for tomorrow. So make sure, go spend some time outside, soak in that sun. Casa Grande hitting a high of 72 degrees. Grand Canyon hitting a high of 49, and Flagstaff hitting a high of 50 for tomorrow. And then looking at our highs across the valley, Tempe hitting a high of 73, Scottsdale also a high of 73, Surprise a high of 74, and our average for this time of year is 71, so we're right about there. And then looking at our futurecast, clear skies up until Saturday morning, where the clouds will start moving in across the state, and then they'll move all the way through the state and pretty much almost be completely gone by Sunday. Looking at our 8-day forecast, Friday partly cloudy, sunny, nice weather for your weekend, high of 77 for Saturday and Sunday. And then looking through the rest of the week, the clouds will start moving in. Monday, cloudy, but pretty warm for this time of year with a high of 80, low of 53. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, partly cloudy, and then Friday, cloudy again with a high of 76 and a low of 51. So although the rest of the week will be pretty above average for this time of year, some good news with the clouds moving in. I'm Adriana Gonzalez-Chavez from the Cronkite Weather Center. Back to you.
I'm Jacob Jones with a preview of your news from across Arizona and the nation. Coming up next, for the first time in 50 years, NASA is planning a return to the moon. What this will look like after the break.
We tell ourselves stories as a nation.
These stories need to be highlighted, they need to be explored.
We're the dreamers.
How serious is America's commitment to looking at its history? How can we learn from the past?
Douglas said, "You're going to look me in the eye and see my humanity."
It's illuminating. I'm seeing the expansiveness of my history.
It's pretty great.
There's so much richness to Black life and Black culture.
I think the story of Muslims in America is the story of America.
Tonight, they are free.
I cannot imagine how excited he must have been.
It's a wonderful feeling. This is why we do this.
It makes me even more committed to struggling for a better world.
Here at the TV Production and Graphics Lab, we are behind the scenes making the news happen. Gain experience in the control room directing, teledirecting, and rolling the audio of every Cronkite News show. Run the floor and work in a professional environment, honing your skills for the future. Create graphics that will be seen by the local community on Arizona PBS. Be a part of the bloodline that makes the Cronkite News shows possible.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sensei Garage,
to sports coverage,
Against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news,
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue.
and entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
Welcome back. I'm Jacob Jones with your news across Arizona. Hundreds of dogs are filling area shelters. In fact, one shelter says they are over capacity by more than 200 dogs. Cronkite News reporter Leslie Chapman has more on what organizations are doing to help find these pets their forever homes.
It's a little noisier in Maricopa County animal shelters these days. That's because they are facing a surge of dogs coming into their facilities.
Right now, the economic issues, a lot of people are not in a place to adopt, or people are turning in their dogs to us because they feel like they don't have any other options. There's a host of reasons why we're over capacity, but rest assured, it's not just us.
Maricopa County Animal Care and Control, or MCACC, takes in nearly 45 dogs a day.
We always say it's less about the capacity and more about the care. We want to make sure the dogs here, no matter how many there are, they're getting the proper care every single day.
The MCACC also has a program called New Hope, where outside rescue groups pull some of the more difficult dogs that need further training out of the shelters. One of those rescue partners is Love Them All Sanctuary and Rescue based in Scottsdale. They take in dogs with special medical cases, such as dogs who are hit by a car, have valley fever, or cancer.
The numbers that the shelter operates at are mind-blowing to me, and obviously the
level of care that comes at a cost when there is so much volume. And so that is why a lot of the special cases, the ones that need extra care, extra medical, extra, whatever, those are the ones that we want to take and we want to help because they have nowhere else to go.
About 60% of the dogs Love Them All take in are larger breeds.
We aren't breed specific. We don't turn anyone away based on their size or what breed they are.
Sometimes people just like the smaller, fluffy dogs too, and that's okay. I'm a small dog person, but all dogs need homes, and we do have some great large dog breeds that are really looking for their forever home.
Organizations across the valley agree that finding forever homes for as many pets as possible is the ultimate goal. Leslie Chapman, Cronkite News.
Love Them All is primarily a foster-based organization, which means each of their animals are placed in a foster home until they are adopted. They, along with Maricopa County Animal Care and Control, are always looking for volunteers. Senator Mark Kelly was in Flagstaff today to hold a Senate field hearing highlighting water infrastructure projects in rural communities. It's the first Senate hearing in Flagstaff in more than 30 years. And Senator Kelly talked about the toll recent droughts have taken on the northern part of our state.
Prolonged drought conditions here in northern Arizona have led to some of the worst wildfire seasons in recent memory. And the burn scars that these fires leave behind, that when it rains during monsoon season, parts of Flagstaff see significant flooding that threatens lives and livelihood and damages property.
The first of former President Trump's criminal trials is set to go ahead as scheduled. Judge Juan Manuel Merchant said today he will proceed with Trump's hush money trial after speaking to the judge in Trump's federal election interference case. The now delayed Washington trial is a separate case charging Trump with plotting to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. The New York hush money trial will start on March 25th. Now to New Jersey, where a freight train derailed early this morning. It happened in Linden, New Jersey, that's near Long Island. Investigators say the train was carrying ethanol. It's not clear what caused the accident, but we do know nobody was injured and nothing is leaking. Police have shut down the area to the public as they work on cleaning up. The Odysseus lunar lander has launched from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The lunar lander, nicknamed Odie, is on its way to the moon. The spacecraft launched on a SpaceX rocket this morning and will be the first American-made vessel on the moon since the Apollo missions 5 decades ago. Odie is set to land next Thursday and will be used to scout the moon's environment for future astronauts. That's it for your headlines. I'm Jacob Jones. Back to Lauren and Jonah.
Coming up next, who doesn't dream of winning the lottery? Well, someone actually did win the lottery.
But actually, Jonah, that winning ticket went unclaimed. It would have rewarded its owner with millions of dollars. Now we find out what happens to that forfeited prize money.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
This is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
Against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news,
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue.
and entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
This is CN2 Go. I'm Emily Olson with your Wednesday news briefing.
Do you want to create innovative content for Cronkite News? Do you enjoy listening to podcasts? Then CN2 Go is for you. Cronkite News to Go is a podcast where students cover the latest headlines. Students become audio producers and hosts and will learn how to write, record, and edit stories. You can listen to the latest episodes on these platforms.
Did Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience.
Nopales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
And develop your skills with the latest technology.
A quick correction to the train derailment story we mentioned earlier in Linden, New Jersey. It's actually near Staten Island, New York, not Long Island. Meanwhile, if you take a gamble on the lottery, be sure to hold on to that slip of paper.
Yeah, that's the lesson for one lucky lottery player who ran out of luck when the deadline to claim a $36 million Mega Millions lottery ticket passed this week. The winner ticket was sold in Jacksonville in August, and the lucky player had 180 days after the drawing to come forward, but their time ran out this week. According to Florida law, 80% of the unclaimed money will now go to the Educational Enhancement Trust Fund. The rest of it will go into the prize pool. The next Mega Millions drawing is tomorrow with an even bigger jackpot. How about $457 million?
That's it for Cronkite News. Thank you for joining us.
And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.